Hello. This is for gut health. So today I'm showing you 5 traditional Chinese gut health recipes. Look at all this. If you wake up after 8 hours, still feel tired, your body is telling you something. We believe most of the time it starts with your gut. When your gut is off, you don't absorb the food properly and you don't make energy properly. This is not a trend. This is what we eat in China. First, we start the foundation, the 5-element vegetable soup. This special soup will follow the 5 elements. Jing, mu, shui, huo, tu. Jing is metal, represents the white color and feeds your lung. And today, I use enoki mushrooms. You can use anything in season. I have a suggestion here. And next one, mu, means wood. That represents green. Today I use pea tips, now in season. This nourishes your liver. And shui means water. That represents the black cover, feeds the kidney. Black wooden ear mushrooms. It's my choice today. Huo means fire, represent red color. It's my favorite color. Supports your heart. And today I picked some tomatoes. This also adds the umami flavor in the soup. The last one, tu, earth. Yellow color, the most important one for our gut health, feeds your spleen and stomach, the center of everything. The yellow today, I picked pumpkin. Your body is like a team. If one part is off, everything's off. This soup feeds everything together. Bring a pot of water to boil. First, put some ginger, and then I put a pumpkin and the black wooden ear mushrooms in. They need to cook longer. And add tomato. Get that tomato juice cooking there. We saved the enoki mushroom and pea tips in the end because they really cook very short time, very quickly. Season with salt and pepper in the end. I will show you how I freeze the soup. Oh, look at the soup. Even just look at this, I feel lighter. Look at the color, really like a rainbow soup. You really taste the vegetable flavor itself. All the umami flavors is from all the vegetable. This is all vegan without any meat, but still really delicious. Wow. You guys know me. I believe getting our health from fresh, traditional food. In a perfect world, I will cook every single meal from scratch. Some of my filming days just runs really long, and some days my teenagers just want me to drive them everywhere. And some weeks I'm traveling. On those busy days, I just don't have time to prep. I don't have time to eat those good stuff. That's why I partner with gurus. I keep them in my bags. This isn't a multivitamin, a green gummy, or a probiotic. It's all of those things. The ingredients support gut health and they are methylated. Fancy word means they are easy for your body to absorb, not just pass them through. Oh, and bonus, they actually taste good. You actually get to eat the full snack pack because you cannot fit all these nutrients into just one gummy. This is my backup plan. Get up to 52% off gurus, link in description. We have 4 more coming. Next one is Millet Congee, the magical breakfast. This warm congee is perfect for your stomach. In traditional Chinese medicine, your stomach has something called digestive fire. When you eat cold food, your stomach has to use its own heat just to warm the food before it can even break it down. You are draining the energy even before the day starts. So Millet Congee is perfect for this. I have this for breakfast a lot. Because with slow simmer, it already break it down. Your stomach does zero work. And I add pumpkin, Chinese yam. This is considered #1 food for gut health. In Chinese medicine, we believe this nourishes your spleen and your stomach. Look at this. When you cut it, it's a little sticky, so I always use gloves. Otherwise, my skin's kind of itching. But this stickiness, like a slime, and it feeds the good bacteria to your gut. We slowly add ingredients in and cook this congee, low and slow. The goji berry going to last just for 5 minutes. So stay to the end. I have a few freezer hacks for the congee, the soup, and the noodles. Talk about noodles. Look at this. This is 白菜坨坨 cabbage noodles. Cabbage naturally repairs your intestinal wall. If your kids don't like vegetable, this is a great way to have fiber and good for digestion. They are thinking they are eating noodles. After we add flour, we mix until a soft, saggy dough form. Now it's my exercise time. Mixing the dough, need some muscle. If it's too sticky, just add some flour. Doesn't matter. Then we cover, let it rest for 15 minutes. While we rest the dough, let's make the egg pancake. Really easy. We just need the eggs, a little bit cornstarch, mix well. Then we pan fry. One side is set, then we flip it to the other side. Then we slice them like noodles. This adds some protein in your noodles and tastes good. You can spray a little bit oil on your cutting board. Then we put the dough on the top. Now we squeeze small amount of dough into the boiling water. So easy. Your kids can do it. Cook for 2 or 3 minutes. When they are done, they are all floating on the top.
Now making the sauce for the noodles. I like spicy, so my homemade chili oil. Add some seaweed and the noodle water. Look at those noodles, so bouncy and slippery, sliding in the ball. Whiter soup, better taste. Add in the egg pancakes and green onions.
Look at the noodles. Wow, mix it together. You can also add some of this 5-element soup in this noodles too. Like this is a longer shape I made. I love the texture because the cabbage in here adds really nice texture. Wow, so good. Always. Let's make the yam cake. You can call this dessert or just a snack. This is like Chinese mochi in a healthy way. First, we peel the Chinese yam, cut into chunks. We have to steam it first until you poke a chopstick in. So soft. Then we mash them in the bowl. We add rice flour, regular flour. Chop some dates, get rid of the pit. The dates add some sweetness, sugar, and some cooking oil. Mix with your hands. It's like a soft Play-Doh. If you feel a little too dry, just add a little bit more cooking oil. You can shape the cake, use your mooncake mold, or just roll into a little ball. It's up to you. You can dust the mold with some rice flour, then take a piece, roll it in, then you press. Here is your yam cake. Look at that. Now we steam the cake for another 15 minutes. After steaming, let it cool for 5 minutes. Then you can enjoy this hot, warm, and room temperature. You can put those in the freezer when you reheat it. Cover it or steam it, microwave. They are reheating pretty well from frozen. Like a mochi. See how stretchy that is? Soft, chewy. A little bit sweet. I don't like it too sweet. This is good. For gut health, how can you not forget my pickles? Yes. Here, how we eat the pickles in Sichuan. So many of you ask me, why do you make pickles? We use pickles to cook other dishes. The pickle adds a really incredible flavor. Also, for your gut health, we just take out the pickles, eat as a side dish, as a snack, whatever you want. And my pickle jar is 20 years old. It's probably older than you. I have some old pickles in here. Some is from probably a couple months ago. Then we chop the pickles in small pieces. And in Sichuan, we eat the pickles with chili oil. Drizzle some on the top. Yes. And sprinkle some sugar to balance the taste. This is not for sweetness, just for umami flavor. Look at that, mixed up. Eat this with my Millet Congee. Perfect. Look at that. I even take this on the airplane as my snack. My full recipe is in my first cookbook. You can check out the step-by-step how to start your pickle jar from scratch. Also, another video about maintenance, how to manage your jar. But not everyone make pickles, so I'm taking you here. You can buy the Chinese pickles from Asian market. Something like this in the bag, all right? And remember Do not eat the quick pickle made with vinegar. That's not real pickle. Won't give you good bacteria. You have to get fermented pickles like kimchi, Sichuan pickles. They even sell the Sichuan pickles like this. Looks like my jar, but look, it's not. This is like a plastic little pickle jar, and you just peel it open from an Asian market. Look how cute this is, right? Actually, tastes pretty good. But my homemade is better. Now the freezer hack. I ladle the congee in this super cubes. They freeze really well. Then when you're ready to eat, like in the morning, you pop out a cube and put it in the pot. Add some water. Cook on the stove, cover it, add a little water. Just check, don't burn the congee. And just come out, just tastes as just like fresh made. Warm breakfast. And the same thing for the vegetable soup. I eat all the vegetable, don't waste. Then we just freeze the soup in this cube. Those vegetables doesn't reheat very well. Then you can reheat on the stove. Just add any fresh vegetable, pop in. They cook very fast. You have another bowl of nutritious soup anytime. For the noodle to meal prep, put in the freezer, we need some extra step. Cabbage has a lot of water in there. If you freeze it raw, the water expands. The noodles just taste mushy. So we will blanch the cabbage first, then squeeze out the water. Normal step, just like we mixing the dough. Then get a tray. We sprinkle some flour here, just like when you freeze your raw dumplings, so they won't stick. Take a piece of dough. You can shape the noodles any way you want. Something like this. We put on here, just make sure they have space. They won't stuck together. Or you just want to shape them like a gnocchi. That. When the tray is ready, now we put in the freezer. When they are hard, take off, put in the Ziploc, save you space. So we got congee blocks, soup blocks. The yam cake, they are good in the fridge for about 4 days. 1 month in the freezer. Big warning, I'm going back to home, China, after 8 years. It's been so long. So please keep tuned. My China trip is coming. 1 month in China, visit my family. I will show you all the delicious food I grew up with 40 years ago. So I will have a series of local food. No tourists will know about this or anyone not from there right now. So keep tuned. I will see you in my next video. 下次再见，拜拜，再见。